They could enter into a potential tiebreaker with Dignitas if they win 3-1 or better. And to be fair, I think you do have to give Stumpy at least a little bit of credit. They did look exceptional against Dignitas just now, even if it ultimately resulted in a loss. But Spacestation, if Daniel is locked in after yesterday's shaky performance, I think it's going to be a lot to ask from Pioneers here.
And listen, if Spacestation scores, you'll hear it. Trust me, we'll hear it. Even through the headsets. Banana Head going to clear this one away. Arsenal, the emotional leader of an incredible comeback victory for SSG yesterday, but it's Scrub who gets things going, and he's been a huge part of the Pioneers' success so far.
Starting off well here. Great approach from Banana Head in the corner, surprising Daniel by getting through Reynolds, and then Banana Head realizing there was some hesitation coming out of the net from him, threw a little juke as he headed up the wall, delayed the touch out, and that really twisted him up on the goal line. So, and again, strong opener from Pioneers. They came to play.
Scrub leading the team in demolitions, the stat that has kind of been the main talking point of this whole season. 9 demolitions, he had 5 against Scrub Killa. Take that for what it's worth. Banana Head against Arsenal. Super Lucky's there, and Super Lucky makes it 2-0.
Putting the pressure on Spacestation early. Scrub able to, again, just absolutely confuse Spacestation's goal line defense, and a way to come through and drop the hammer on him, Super Lucky.
This is exactly how the Dignitas series started. 2 goals out of the Pioneers. Then Dignitas came back and scored 3 unanswered. Spacestation got to get it figured out sooner rather than later. I disagree with the points that Bates had on the desk about Spacestation having less pressure on them. If they lose, their path to #1 becomes a lot muddier.
Yeah.
Almost impossible in one case.
But certainly not gone by any stretch of the imagination. If this one does go 5, Spacestation would be in that tiebreaker game with Dignitas. So we shall see. Now this one winds out, as currently Spacestation really struggling to get a foothold on the offensive side of things right now. Gotta love the midfield presence from Pioneers early on.
Demolition. Scrub couldn't get the shot off ahead of Arsenal. And now Daniel will take this away, but he got bumped by Banana Head. And it's going to be Reynolds. Stuffed by Scrub. And again, struggling to get out of the zone is SSG. Daniel's got a full tank of boost. And then the demolition from behind by Scrub. Leading in the physicality department. Off the backboard. There's Arsenal. Dropped one right onto Super Lucky. Follow up now from Daniel. Look at his center, and that's going to go far too strong. Does go over to Arsenal, but Super Lucky is right there. So to a Scrub, here comes the Pioneers again.
And Spacestation should be looking to get opportunities to shoot in Arsenal's hands, see if he's still got that pixel-perfect placement that he had yesterday. He's incredibly lethal when given opportunities on target. And that's a great demo from Arsenal as well, trying to open up some space for Spacestation to get through that midfield line. They definitely tend to hold the demo-heavy category over the Pioneers in terms of demos per game. And hopefully that can at least give them a little bit of breathing room. But so far, it's been locked tight for Pioneers in the midfield. It's been difficult to find any space to operate on. Forced into the long clears and just seeing if they can hang on to the ball.
Well, that man right there who just had the ball very briefly, Scrub, has been the X factor for the Pioneers. Statistically, not all that impressive throughout the winter split, but he stepped up in a huge way here at the LAN, as the great ones usually do. And Scrub trying to make a name for himself. This is left for Daniel. He pushed that one high and wide, and he and Spacestation Gaming are going to want that one back. They may get another look. Arsenal off the crossbar, and Banana Head sends it away.
Nice couple of approaches for Spacestation. The misdirection was good as well. Pioneers really thinking hard about how Spacestation was going to put that one on target. Unfortunately for them, Daniel wide off the post, and the second one off the bar. So Spacestation starting to get the offense rolling here, but could be perhaps too little too late. Not a lot of time on the clock left.
Scrub all day to play. This ball goes underneath one, but Reynolds will boom it downfield. He's got Arsenal lining up a double, and he just about nailed it, but off to the side. Reynolds going up to the sky as well, but he was way, way late, and Scrub can clear this away. Spacestation Gaming Their accuracy not on point at all. Super Lucky just got to this before the demo, and Daniel is going to be contested by Banana Head. Now Reynolds got a chance here. He's going to have to take this himself. Heat-seeking missile there. Arsenal double demo, and that's going to do it. Daniel gets him on the board.
That is just brilliant from Spacestation. Reynolds thinking, oh, I'll pass, but then Arsenal says, no, I'm going to go get the demo, and Reynolds says, okay, I'll pass it off the wall, and I'll go get the demo after that, and they really stitched that one together patchwork style, but that was a pretty looking way to get it done.
And full confidence, you can see on the left-hand side, full confidence in the comms out of Pioneers. They understand this is where Space Station can generate some momentum. They are dead set on stopping that. Reynolds up to the ceiling. Doesn't have it. Now Daniel gonna need some help, and there is none coming. So SSG needs to reset for 1 or 2 more trips down the field. Arsenal indirect for himself off the ceiling. Super Lucky and Banana Head are double committed. And this is still just awkward in the corner. Somebody's gonna take charge, and the pass is set away by Banana Head. No time left on the clock as Daniel just got hung up on the corner. Super Lucky trying to stuff this down, but Reynolds keeps it alive. Still got some hope to his left, but that one win there by Scrub will end it. And the Pioneers take game 1 achieved.
Nice opening again. Out the gates fast. 2 goals incredibly quickly, and Space Station kind of left scratching their heads for a while there, but that last minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, really started to find their footing. So you have to be concerned for Pioneers going into game 2 if Space Station able to come out there and start the next game like they ended the first one. So you have to like the approach from Pioneers early on, though. I mean, that challenge game in the midfield doing an excellent job really boxing in Space Station.
You know, this is a team in Pioneers that has to be far greater than the sum of its parts. You know, none of them are way up at the top of any particular stat category in Oceania, except a couple. I think maybe shooting and maybe shooting percentage. But they all right around the same in assists. They all work great as a team, and they've been together since December of 2020. Team chemistry is so critically important for a team like this in this environment because, look, all that chemistry can overcome the talent of Daniel and Arsenal and Reynolds here with SSG.
That's certainly proven in game 1. They had a great approach to the game. The only problem is they're going to have to start making some adaptations because, like we saw, Space Station starting to get a little more physical, and that's really where Space Station thrives, creating chaos on the pitch, thriving and driving through the chaos, and that's where Pioneers really going to have to fight hard to come away with a win.
Scrub throughout the winter split, averaging just under a demolition a game. He has picked that up here at the major. Reynolds lets everybody go by. He'll get a shot off here, and Banana Head stuffed him.
I thought he was going to score after dropping that dribble.
Up in front now for Arsenal, trying to get the flip reset, still get the shot off again. And Pioneers letting SSG get very close to that blue goal. Now Reynolds, nothing there, and Arsenal will jump up. Gotta imagine Pioneers gotta be a little more proactive if they're gonna fend off SSG in game 2.
Definitely agree. You already know that you don't want to give space to Space Station because they will take it and they'll come and demo you, or if you just let them take pot shots like that, they may surprise you with their ability to place the ball impeccably.
Banana Head dumps this back into the corner. It feels so weird. We're at an international LAN, so much on the line. First event in 27 months with fans. And we're saying, yep, Banana Head gets a shot off on the Space Station gaming goal. I love OCE, man.
You gotta love a sense of humor.
Here's Reynolds. Just gonna leave that off, and Banana Head takes it away. So Daniel trying to get around Scrub. That bounces out high for Arsenal. Double on the way. Bang, bang.
Could you doubt it? Absolutely not. The trajectory of that bounce. You couldn't ask for anything better. The perfect follow through on the backboard read. Arsenal tucking it in, top left corner. Yeah, you can have that one.
Daniel scored the lone tally for SSG in game 1. Arsenal has them in front, their first lead of this series. Again, a series that if Space Station can win, they will go directly into the top 8 at the YouTube Theater on Saturday. Banana Head gonna have that drop back for Scrub. Daniel takes charge, trying to waste a little bit of time, give his teammates time to get boosted up and in position, and Arsenal will play it out towards Daniel. Super Lucky, keen on the play. Now Scrub, nobody else can follow up. Everybody's starting to turn around, and boy, that little hesitation again gives SSG all the window they need to get out of danger.
That's exactly right. I mean, game one, Pioneers were thriving on really being able to consistently keep the pressure on Spacestation Gaming, and Spacestation is adapting by really trying to stick that ball close, take it down onto the ground, force dribbles, put possession on themselves, and make Pioneers come and take the ball away rather than just, you know, punching the ball up to the midfield and Pioneers winning a couple of challenges. And so far, I think Spacestation's approach is really making Pioneers question how aggressive they can be.
Pioneers threatening to starve out SSG in their own zone. Got a boost steal, but they did not stop Arsenal from loading up. And he's waiting at the net as Reynolds will clear this away. But Scrub intercepts, looking for that midfield boost, did not get it. He's working with nothing in the tank, but did as much as he could. And now Daniel plays that directly out. Scrub is waiting for it and just could not get control.
Yeah, he was trying to keep it close, kind of pop it up softly and take it again on a tap as that one's Banana Head save. Scrub to support. Arsenal floater, and thankfully enough time to recover for the Pioneers in the net.
Pioneers leading 1-0 in the last matchup of Group D. Arsenal diving down onto one. Scrub stopped him. Daniel and Super Lucky meet in the air, but it'll be Reynolds that comes away with it. Reynolds flip reset. Nothing to do with it, so he just lets it come to the ground. Arsenal trailing in behind. He'll challenge Banana Head. That'll drop down in front, and Super Lucky and Scrub combine on the defensive effort. Look, Pioneers have been great defensively, coming off the heels of a series that kind of got out of hand and away from them against Dignitas. They have answered back brilliantly here as we go to the final minute.
Definitely tightening up on defense. The problems are stemming from creative offensive scoring chances for the Pioneers, however. Really not able to break down that Space Station defense, not able to create or find as many gaps.
Arsenal takes out Super Lucky on the far side, but nothing else comes of that. Banana Head couldn't get control here, so Super Lucky has to come in off the respawn. Called into action far sooner than he would have liked. 30 seconds left now. Daniel. Bank is open. No, it's off the crossbar. Nobody got up for that ball, and I think Scrub was just hoping against all hope that that ball was off target. Fortunately, it was, but you're not seeing Pioneers move very quickly out of their zone at all. They're the team that's down one, and they're just being stuck at their own back line. Plenty of boost as a team, and they finally do clear midfield with 5 seconds left. Scrub with Super Lucky in behind. He's got to try and chase this down, and barely does, but that's spiked down, and we're all tied up at one game.
Really getting gummed up in their own corner. That was incredibly tough for Pioneers to figure a way out of their own half. Space Station Gaming very comfortable and just sending one after the other into that corner and fighting for the ball in the corner. So pretty textbook game, I would say, for Space Station. Really not having to do anything too crazy. It was kind of just, okay, we're not going to increase pressure. We're not going to take a step back. We're really just going to keep driving through and seeing if Pioneers can find a way to break down our ability to bring the ball down and take it away from us. And Pioneers don't really have an answer to that at the moment, it would seem.
Sometimes the best defense can indeed be a suffocating offense, and that's what we saw out of Space Station. Sure, only 7 shots. It's not like they completely dominated, but the key number is that they held Pioneers to only 3 shots on target. And sure, sometimes the numbers lie a little bit, and there are some shots that were a little wide that counted. There weren't that many scoring opportunities for Pioneers. Yeah. They were just not comfortable at all on the orange half of the field.
That's really what you're looking for here in Game 3. If you are going to try and beat Space Station, you certainly don't want to get the ball stuck on your own corner. Again, big fan of trying to move the ball laterally in your own half, force Space Station to spread themselves out and open up at least some lanes towards that midfield to at least get yourself unstuck from your own side and give yourselves a chance to at least go down the pitch and try and retain possession. But the next step after that is stopping Space Station's control. That's a great dish, and that is gonna be tapped home. Banana Head coming through right on time.
Yeah, it would have been a crying shame if they did not get this through. That's a brilliant pass out of Scrub that in the stats he won't get any credit for, but certainly well done. Pioneers get a lead early in Game 3. And that's the key for the Pioneers. Get in front early. not let SSG start that snowball rolling downhill. We saw kind of our first Arsenal roar of the day. Got to keep him in check because as he goes, so too does SSG.
And you gotta like the start from Pioneers, as you were saying. 30 seconds and already doing a good job to at least push Space Station back into the orange half. And here's their first real test. How quickly can you break out of your own?
That shot on target over Super Lucky, but Banana Head had the save. Thrown in front again, and Scrub's got all day to play this ball. He did not have much going on in game 2 at all. Trying to get himself involved in this series because he's going to need to. You know, you cannot have any weak links against a team of this caliber as this goes across, and Banana Head will chase it down on the near side.
Oh, I like that
what a
idea.
Bomb. Unfortunately, nobody else could get to the ball,
Yeah.
so you know, great idea in theory. In practice, need a little more coordination. Daniel has the flip reset, waited until the last moment, and Reynolds will finish off the play.
And again, here you see the Pioneers. Look at them get stuck on their own goal line here, trying to figure out what Daniel is even doing with that approach. Is he going to try and drive it towards the backboard? Is he going to try and drive it into the top corner of the net? No, he's going to just take all the space you've given him down in front and dish it across the box where Reynolds is waiting for it. So many different looks to contend with. It's tough.
I mean, I think everybody identified he had the flip reset, and so often we'll see somebody will wait, go for like a ground pinch. No, very creative play, getting the pass off, and Reynolds right there on the spot. Banana Head will clear this away right at Daniel, and well, he's the last guy that Pioneers want to see on the ball. And for SSG, so important for Daniel to get going after he struggled early in the series against Dignitas yesterday, and then he looked like Daniel again as we got near the end.
Certainly starting to settle in for sure. Missed clear though, and thankfully Reynolds able to bail him out, coming back on rotation from the midfield as Pioneers starting to get kind of their first chance at regaining offensive control, as Daniel with a great mix-up there, delaying the timing. And again, this ball just stuck in this Pioneers corner, and that's been really the big problem for him. There's been no easy ways out of there, and Daniel got caught grabbing boost, but indeed, just in time, Arsenal rotating back.
This is not a matchup that Reynolds and SSG were particularly worried about coming in. I mean, I think they kind of had the tunnel vision on Dignitas, like, all right, that's the big hurdle to overcome. Fortunately for them, they had that out of the way before this series, as Super Lucky bullies his way through. And I have to imagine SSG are getting far more than they bargained for out of Pioneers.
It's been a fight so far. They haven't really had to relinquish control of the game too often, but Pioneers are certainly making them work quite hard offensively to really break them down consistently, as Daniel trying to stick Super Lucky to the wall there. Unfortunately for Pioneers, still struggling to really keep possession, and it's that physical play as you see Reynolds taking a big bite out of Super Lucky in the midfield, opening up that space for Space Station Gaming, and then that natural speed and mechanical ability coming through to not give them a second goal. Scrub is going to get deflected out into his own corner, and Space Station threatening.
Super Lucky has been bullied throughout this series. They have targeted him, it seems like. Banana Head, always able to make the most of an awkward situation on the pitch. Now it's Arsenal. Sky one up there for himself, and it's all the time in the world for Banana Head. There's nobody on the blue half of the field other than Arsenal way across the field. And now Daniel gonna have that drop down to the corner. Final minute. Overtime looming in a critical, tie-breaking third game here. Super Lucky lets this go. Now he'll have it. I think both teams playing far more conservatively than they have at any other point in this series, and that's got to favor Pioneers.
Not if you make mistouches like that. Super Lucky able to deflect it out into the corner. That's a good demo to really try and take the midfield presence away from Space Station. Unfortunately, they've kept control of the ball, and now they have time to get reset. Super Lucky with a little bit of space, but there they are. Space Station ramping up the pressure as regulation comes to a close.
Yeah, with everybody not moving around a whole lot, you'd have to imagine it's open season for a team like SSG to rack up demolitions. 7 seconds left. Reynolds in an awkward spot on the back wall, rolls this out. Surely overtime, right? As Scrub got this away, touchdown to the ground. overtime, tied at 1 in games, tied at 1 in goals. Somebody's going on match point, and how critical could it be? You know, Dignitas, the biggest Pioneer fans right now.
Here's a big chance for Pioneers. You've kept this one within reach, and while you haven't had a lot of offense, all it takes is one good counterattack or perhaps a little outplay somewhere in the middle, and it might come right here. Daniel is trying to regain control on the walls. Banana Head doesn't have any help. Super Lucky's too close, and Spacestation gonna get out of a jam right there.
That's super important for the Pioneers. If they drop this game, even if they win the series after that, they're still going to go third place down into the lower bracket. They would just be competing for a shot at Dignitas, getting into a tiebreaker to try and take number 1 from SSG. Reynolds didn't get the shot off, so he tried to get the flip reset, tried to make the most out of it. And it's Daniel, beaten there by Banana Head. So now Reynolds with Arsenal waiting at midfield for him. Reynolds took it himself, could not score. Daniel follow-up, saved by Super Lucky. Another attempt, sent away by Scrub. And now here's Banana Head on a quick counterattack. Reynolds trying to chase down Super Lucky, couldn't catch him.
Oh!
You come at the king, you best not miss. And he just narrowly avoided giving up the game-winning goal. SSG breathing a huge sigh of relief.
It was a scary pinch to deal with out of that top left corner. And Daniel back the other way. It's Banana Head already on the backboard to take that one away. That one's pinched towards the net, off target as Scrub. He's just going to clear the space, and I think that will favor Pioneers. Now they really approach Space Station with a lot of momentum behind them on the attack. It's just, can they win the challenges? And Daniel making sure to keep that ball high and away and find a solid double touch to put Pioneers on the back foot.
Oh. Banana Head just sweeping that away from the upper corner. What a win by Arsenal to keep that available. Now Reynolds for Daniel. Banana Head got there first with a double touch. And another to send this downfield where Super Lucky was chasing, but he could not steal that corner boost, and that could be critical. Here comes SSG. Arsenal for the win denied by Banana Head. Now Daniel gonna sky it up, got around 1, got around 2. One more for good measure, and that's going to be Reynolds putting SSG on match point.
You knew as soon as Daniel was through the second player here, Super Lucky, so aggressive trying to take that one away, and Scrub wasn't positive on how he wanted to approach. Ended up taking kind of a passive line to go and challenge Daniel, and he paid for it. Now the only opportunity for Pioneers here. Got to come back and win 5, otherwise, actually, no, I don't believe it matters. They're locked in.
No, they don't matter now.
Yeah,
so Pioneers have been locked into the 3rd seed. Still play it out for pride, and if nothing else, of course, competitive integrity, right? You still
Certainly
have something to play for here for Dignitas, who are going to be hoping that Pioneers can turn things around. But man, oh man, you still, with that lengthy game going 7 minutes plus, still SSG drastically outshooting the Pioneers as we look at the Mobile One high performance replay, and we see Daniel doing all the work and Reynolds getting all the credit.
Elation all around. Reynolds happy to take that one away from him, as they should be, and Space Station can take a lot of comfort there. I think that's a good play to really show Daniel has indeed found his stride here at the major. A lot of questions being asked yesterday of how he was going to perform, and he settled in nicely here on day 2 after a bit of a scrappy day 1 on defense, to be sure. But Space Station in general and Arsenal, he's grooving. Yeah, he was doing that yesterday too.
Yeah, here we go. Arsenal is ready to book his ticket to the YouTube theater. He can do it outright here with a win. Gets a little help from Daniel and Reynolds, who have been phenomenal here in this series. On a day where, look, SSG has not been at its best, you credit the Pioneers for kind of mucking up the game a little bit, not letting SSG get out into open spaces like they usually prefer. Super Lucky dishes this to the corner, and Reynolds will watch Arsenal run back and Daniel take charge.
A lot of space again for Space Station, pushing onto the blue half, and this one a very passive approach. Great takeaway from Scrub. Scary opportunity, but well handled. And Pioneers trying their best to again find some way to hold some type of consistent offensive pressure. And that's been the biggest problem for them in this series, the inability to take control away from Space Station.
Well, Super Lucky doing well to avoid the demolition attempt, but then Scrub taken out by Reynolds. And now Banana Head has to take this away from Arsenal and take Arsenal away from the field. First minute gone by as Banana Head will bring this downfield again, and Daniel right there to meet him. Arsenal off the respawn, full tank of boost. He'll be waiting in case Daniel couldn't get that clear. Reddles coming down to the ground, and he just let that one go, so Scrub will take over. I don't know if SSG feels all that threatened when Scrub is on the ball, but when Super Lucky and Banana Head are there, boy, it almost seems like they're sitting up a little bit, and they are going right after, making sure they don't give them nearly as much space.
Well, certainly, however Space Station are doing it, they do need to get a handle on their defensive rotation at the moment, as currently they're kind of forced to punt the ball back towards the midfield line, and of course, as I say, Pioneers kind of drop the ball. They don't have that on-ball command as Banana Head comes up empty, but nobody from Space Station is ready for it. They all needed to split off and grab some boost, and now they've really got boost in the tank to go and attack this Pioneers defense.
Oh, Daniel just got the shot through here. You can see one defender strafing across the line. It was Super Lucky at the last moment who could not catch up, and SSG are now less than 3 minutes away from the top 8.
Probably the worst possible outcome to that challenge for the Pioneers defense, popping straight up into the air after the defender dismounts the backboard, because you're not getting back up to that in time before Space Station gets there, and they jumped all over it. And again, nice early lead, well, not early, but first goal, and putting a lot of pressure on Pioneers to come out here and be aggressive and try and make something happen, and try they do, but locked down in the corner of the net.
I think SSG is playing with fire here. When they give Scrub as much time as they have, eventually he's going to burn them, or he's going to burn somebody. Scrub banks this out to Super Lucky off the challenge. Daniel's got to come in and grab that boost to make sure they don't get starved out. And Scrub going to turn around on this. They got Reddles deep in Pioneer territory, and he came back and got the bump. And look how far everybody else is away from the play. Just one bump, enough to disrupt the Pioneers. See if they can reset with Super Lucky leading the charge. Arsenal's got to get there and does. Now Super Lucky can't center, he missed on it. And Banana Head can't do much with that ball either.
That's the other issue for Pioneers. You can't afford to miss on your approaches, because that's how you're going to create the pressure on Space Station. You have to make them feel like they need to respect your options. If you're not converting some of those, you're going to give them a lot of space and a lot of time to reset themselves. Arsenal really trying to, I think, just poke that one in the top left corner, hit it a little weak as this one's dished down to Daniel, cut down to the left side, it's off the bar, and that could have been insurance. Arsenal will come through and make sure to get the job done.
Arsenal might have just secured passage to the YouTube theater. Daniel will get credit for an assist. I'm sure he's smiling over there thinking, yeah, great pass, huh? Yeah, sure thing.
That's
2-0.
okay. Oh, Pioneers, what do you do, what do you do, what do you do?
Hey, all hands on deck at this point. Doesn't matter how many more goals you give up if you can't score any of your own. Reddles couldn't get rid of this ball. Banana Head, missed on it again. And that has been the theme for Pioneers. They've started both series brilliantly.
Yeah.
And over time, they've just kind of fallen off. We've seen so many misses. There's Super Lucky getting one back with 1:01 to go, and life back in the lungs of Pioneers.
Kind of just trying to figure this one out. Oh, Revs just misses the backboard clear, and nobody from Space Station Gaming getting a piece of that ball. Daniel still had to rotate back the entire length of the pitch. And that's what happens. Space Station not infallible. Mistake out there lets Pioneers back into the game. Minutes, a lot of time to work with here.
Skied up now for Arsenal to just try and waste a lot of time, and waste time he has. Then got the bump on Banana Head as Scrub was trying to get this downfield. And you can see up in the top left corner, Pioneers trying to do a whole lot with not much boost. Banana Head just got a full canister, but Daniel will dump this right back in. And now Reddles around the corner, more time burning away as Pioneers try to scramble to get back into this series. 22 seconds and counting. Time, the enemy of Pioneers, as they try to keep Dignitas' hopes of top 8 alive, or at least direct top 8.
Ooh.
Arsenal to the ground, 10 seconds left. And this is just textbook. How do you close out a game? Right there, Arsenal, as SSG smother the Pioneers.
Pace is how you get it done. Daniel, go get him. Attitude up there out of the midfield. Just keep it jammed in here. Don't give Pioneers an opportunity to find the long clear, try and put together something in 0 seconds. Just put him down. And Arsenal, realizing his teammate had the defense beat, put him away.
So Pioneers will drop down into the lower bracket when we resume play tomorrow for them. But it's Spacestation Gaming who's moving directly to the upper bracket. No play tomorrow. They go right to the YouTube Theater on Saturday. And hey, at least 2 shots at a backflip out of Arsenal.
Solid and consistent series in general from Spacestation Gaming.
And that young man stepped up big time too. Daniel had a monstrous series after, again, struggling yesterday against Dignitas.
Tough couple of losses here as well. You can see Pioneers need a little time to figure it out. They don't have to play tiebreakers tomorrow either, but one way or the other, definitely going to be a little disappointed here with the performance on day 2. Again, starting off so strong against both powerhouses, Dignitas and Spacestation Gaming, and in neither series, not able to really come together and try and put that one away in either instance. So handshakes all around, GG's, but you have to feel good about the consistency that Spacestation had on display here. I mean, that's the exact type of game that they want to feel like they can play consistently, putting a lot of pressure on the defense, finding a lot of demos in a lot of key spots where they can release a lot of pressure off their team or put pressure on a defense, and Spacestation executed that game plan brilliantly, I would say.
Yeah, the Mobile One High Performance Replay tells the story of SSG. Look, the great teams find a way, everybody else finds an excuse, and SSG found a way even when they weren't playing at their best, again, because Pioneers did not let them play at their best. They did not afford them the time and space they needed to operate the way they usually do. They're used to having all that time and space against the other NA teams. Not so much here. It's a much different story. Pioneers came out with a lot of confidence, fell off at the end, and it is SSG that goes #1 in Group D.
And it's going to be interesting, Group D. Dignitas as well, a little sketchy there as well. So it'll be interesting to see, like you said, once we get to the YouTube Theater, if all of these teams in Group D, since we don't have tiebreakers, what they do with their day off.
Right, well, we can maybe find out what Reddles is going to do with his day off. He's standing by with Subi Smash. Subi, take it away.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate that here with Reddles. And Reddles, massive win for you guys in that game, and especially for Daniel. Stepped it up huge compared to yesterday, and I think it all started with that flip reset, turned into a pass to you. I mean, what did you guys talk about last night to really calm him down?
I mean, it's just the first land jitters. I can't blame him for anything like that. Me and Arsenal played 4, 5, 6 lands. We're 4 years older than him. He's coming in 15 years old, rookie, first split. We knew it was going to happen. For first tournament, exceeded our expectations.
Yeah.
Individual play, yeah, for sure.
And talking about the lands, 829 days, the last time you were in a LAN environment. Tell me, what does it mean to be back here under the lights, having your opponents across the stage from you?
Everything. I mean, online Rocket League doesn't compare to anything like this. Being able to hang out with all the players, casters, and compete against them. The gameplay is a little worse because everyone's nervous, but it's so much fun.
No, it's fun to watch, and we love watching you guys pop off. We've missed that so much, seeing you guys scream. And I got to ask, is the desk going to be able to hold all your weight?
I don't know. I've been bulking a little bit since last time, so we'll hope. We'll hope they got pretty strong desks.
All right, if not, you can stand on my shoulders. Cool. But I also got to ask, top 6 officially clinched for you guys. You know you're in that upper bracket. What does that mean to all 3 of you boys?
The world. I mean, 5th seed NA coming in here. Everyone doubted us. Everyone doubted us. And we know what it takes. We had a rough Regional 3, not a great Regional 2. We know we're one of the best teams here. We just got to prove it.
Yeah, and after yesterday when you guys took that win over Dig, did it almost make you guys feel kind of like untouchable in a sense?
We expected it, to be honest. I think our teams are super evenly matched. It was just whoever played better on the day and who had the most ice, and that was us.
And I also I'm wondering, did this team surprise you? KCP coming out and just, I mean, they took a game off Dig, took game 1 off of you guys. Were you guys expecting that coming from OCE?
I have learned not to underestimate the minor regions. They get better and better every lane we have. Those guys, super young, super talented, they need more time, and they're going to be really good.
Well, got to say I appreciate your time, and I got to know any shout-outs, anyone you want to holler at out in the crowds, out in the Twitter sphere, whatever it is.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to my girlfriend, Bella. Shout out to the team for working super hard, and shout out to the fans.
Well, we can't wait for the fans to be back in the building. We hope to see you there this weekend, and we hope that you'll stay through this quick break.